Okay, welcome back. We are back here. Last time on Star Trek Resurgence, I disobeyed my captain's orders, but the bridge crew appreciated it because the captain seems to be pretty bad as far as I can tell. Seems like a pretty terrible captain so far. And then my other self, because he plays two different people, my other self got hit in the face with a special effect. So I assume they're fine because, you know, it's the beginning of the game and, you know, they're one of the main characters. Nobody has died. The Vulcan's upset with me and the captain's upset with me, but, you know, who's going to please the Vulcan? And the captain seems terrible. Seems like everybody died because of the captain 6 months ago anyway. So where were we? Resume.
We made it.
Poe Edselar. Yes. Yes.
They're safe.
Yes.
Bringing the Sif fully online.
Also, we're having some technical issues. I've never heard it called the Sif in my life. Okay, structural integrity has been restored. But meanwhile, what happened to Kara?
Nilly. I'm good. Help me with him.
I've been zapped.
Let's get this off.
See? I was attacked.
Got one wounded at my location. Carter.
Kara.
You don't look so good.
This is my love interest, by the way. I didn't know this until I read the caption. Oh, good. We have the floaty one.
I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet.
What if I get eaten by this, like, space twig that just got on my face? What about her? She was knocked unconscious not 5 minutes ago. The Trill Lady, Poe Edselar, was knocked unconscious and I was dragging her around in space, and they're like, one wounded. Angry.
Air crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermont?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute. We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
He's gonna give me a talking to, but we did the right choice. I mean, I think we did. Time for an argument. He likes rocks.
You disobeyed my orders. Well?
It was the right decision.
Respectfully, Captain, I made the right choice given the information I had.
You disobeyed my orders! And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the Starbase staff as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet. But what is it going to do to my credibility on this ship? From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
You didn't have the facts.
Maybe I shouldn't have disobeyed a direct order. But you were wrong. You weren't on board, and you didn't have all the information. So I made the right decision for the ship. If you're worried about your credibility, put your ego aside and trust your crew.
Uh-huh.
Trust me.
You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt, but not everyone.
How did he become captain?
Chovak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr. Chovak is more complicated than he would want to admit. I guess we all are. And, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either. You never really know if you weren't in those shoes. So, let's just boil it down to you did what you had to. That'll have to be good enough for me.
Thank you for understanding, sir. I'm sure no one knows the burden of command as well as you do.
I'm sure you will, someday.
It's like sometimes he's a nice guy, but he's just got his priorities all in the wrong place. We're gonna try to redeem him.
Mr. Ermont, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Captain, I'm sorry, an orchestra just walked in. I have no idea what you just said. Oh man. There's that steam runner again. They're just flying in circles around us. Could we have not had a kit-bashed ship for our ship? I'm sorry to complain, but there's so many gorgeous ships in Starfleet. Could we have not had one of the kit-bashed ones? Whatever.
Full mission readiness.
I guess it was designed. I guess somebody designed it, but they just used parts from an Excelsior model. I don't know. Same things.
This is my favorite moment, right?
Same thing. Miranda was the same, I guess.
The new mission is always full of possibility.
I'm just complaining. Maybe I've been playing video games too long.
As a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
I have no idea what he's saying, by the way. All right.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit, everyone.
You're standing on the table.
I'm not big on speeches.
Then why are you making one?
Embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
We don't have any docking clamps, sir. They're all broken.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
He's got a handar on the controls. It is kind of pretty. Now that I'm giving it another look. Doodle-doom, 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 doom, doodle-doodle-doom, doom. Oh man, too many inside references. I meant this probably looks good on other platforms. Here we go. Our ship is so small you can just see us in the window.
Hotari system. Prepare to go to warp 8.
Aye.
You know what? You take this one.
Me?
I would like the ship to go. Do it.
Helm. Do it.
I hate it. I don't know if I like do it.
Nicely done.
Sit in my chair. Sit.
Whoa. Careful.
Thank you. I'm fine. Really.
I was gonna say, I don't have a headrest.
You don't look fine.
Dun dun dun. My mood ring is...
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
Oh, I am doing quite badly.
Commander, help me get her inside.
I thought I was going to be fine. Also, when I fell down, I definitely knocked something over, because that's not what it sounds like when you fall down. It's this darn ridge on my head. It gives me headaches. Why am I handcuffed to the bed? Oh, I see. I'm getting a transfusion of purple.
That was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
No, you haven't seen Voyager.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on him, but he'll live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your deridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're...
Rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative.
Who are the Kobliards?
To survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming.
I've also heard your
Maybe
voice
even
before as well.
burden at times.
Ow. It's an honor. There's
It
something
does make
stuck on my
me-
foot.
It's not a burden at all. I'm honored to be Kobliad.
Kobliad.
People.
As you should be.
I'm gonna keep accidentally calling them kobolds.
Science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when
The
lives
villain
of
music
people
is
are at
back.
stake. My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll. More than he's willing to admit.
I mean, I agree.
He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake.
Well, you're the chief medical officer. You can relieve him of duty on those grounds.
Now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career.
Admiralty.
Breakthrough discovery.
Oh.
The major innovation. Something he can put his name on. The more the time passes and the further out of reach it gets, the more risk he'll be willing to take.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. And we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever. And I have to give you credit for what happened on the bridge.
Yep.
It took guts to defy a director.
Well, not when you've already established your captain's an idiot.
Guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship. And everyone's curious about the new XL.
Looks enormous from the outside.
The cell structure's almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Can I have, like, an alarm instead of just a ring that changes color?
My work here is done.
I'd like to be able to, like, you know, hear when it's getting low, instead of having to remember to check my finger. Can we do that in this century? Or is that beyond us technologically?
I didn't mean to be lurking outside of sickbay. I didn't want to intrude, so it felt more appropriate to wait out here. We were all worried about you.
He's actually
Or I should
gotten
say
nice.
I wasn't sure what was happening at first, but then I realized it was your condition.
No one needs to worry. I'm going to say that. I'm not going to call him out on gloating.
I don't want anyone to worry about me. I'm gonna be just fine. This is part of who I am, but I've never let it define me.
I get that now. And I promise I'll try not to let being such a jerk define me either.
Yeah, see, I thought he was going to turn
My
out.
intuition earlier, with the deflector pulse. I felt I should thank you for that.
Well,
I didn't
thank
say the
you.
right thing somehow.
Even though you didn't have to.
I wanted to.
See, he's nice. I don't know if I clicked the right button,
Now,
though.
Carter, the emissions that gave you that burn are quite unusual. Like
They're- see,
everything else
they're
that comes
alive.
with the storm.
The storm is alive.
That's a combination of hyronolin and lectrazine to counter the radiation effects.
But, Doctor, I'm allergic to hyronolin. Oh, my love interest is over there.
Nice to see you already. Be brief.
It's good to see you awake again.
I'm very uncomfortable.
I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duval. You did take one hell of a shot, though.
I'm going to be flirty.
So, be honest. How bad do I look?
You look rugged.
Rugged?
Okay, how about heroic?
Yep, she's got a crush on me.
Millie was looking in on you too, by the way. But since it's just us right now,
Oh, it's
I had a chance to
getting
think about
romantic.
this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you. Instead of tiptoeing around it. Or worse, leaving it unsaid.
It's okay, Miranda. You can tell me anything.
I know that.
Then come on. Just spit it out.
I'm trying. Let me talk.
Okay. It gives me a timer if I don't respond.
What I'm trying to say is, we've been really good friends for a long time. But I got back here and I couldn't ignore it anymore. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
I'm just gonna say I have feelings for you too, since...
You don't have to explain it. I feel the same way. There is something between us.
So...
Just dare.
do you wanna
Just
find out
dare.
what that something is? If it's there for you, and it's there for me, why not give it a try?
Let's take it slow.
We don't have to put too much pressure on it. Let's just see where this goes.
I like that. Definitely felt some pressure coming down to see you.
Sorry to interrupt, but the patient needs to rest.
Oh, good. It was getting loud in here.
Itself.
Of course. I'll see you again soon.
It'd be cute and all, but you look terrifying. I don't know if it's the character model. I think it's just my graphical situation. Maybe it's the Wookiee-like hairdo that's going on. Just makes me think of Jedi Fallen Order and the Wookiees. Because of the way that it's like diffused. I mean, I'm one to talk, but it's like it's got anti-aliasing problems or something. I don't know. I'm complaining. I'm sorry. This is just who I am.
Point outside Atari space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
Oh my gosh.
Ionic interference surging, Captain.
Ow.
Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Why is our diplomat in a asteroid field?
Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
Just spin the stick. Okay, there we go. This way.
I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
Why is that my job?
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering.
Could you repeat? Why are you not speaking in full sentences?
I can't get it any clearer.
Bonk.
Get a transporter lock. It's just not happening.
It's
Power up the
just not
tracker.
happening.
We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
And then he froze. Oh, are we playing as you now?
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm back again.
You sure?
I'm sure.
I get to run the tractor emitter now.
Come on, Diaz. First
Okay.
thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
Shuttlecraft. There we go.
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
Use the tractor beam to deflect the asteroids. Okay. Yeah, get away. Go away, asteroids. I think we're the green thingy. There's
That's gonna take out the shuttle.
just catastrophe every few seconds.
There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The
Ready,
tractor beam can't
phasers?
handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Rydek, plot an intercept course.
On it.
Okay. Did I do it? Oh, okay. I was confused what was happening.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters.
I have no idea.
Maneuvering.
The pilot is not allowed to be cocky if I had to do that work.
Whoa! Someone's working hard on the bridge.
Alright, pull him on in. Yank. Is that from the Excelsior? Is Excelsior still flying? It is. NCC 2000. Yeah. The Grayson.
We got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
I'm not going to be surprised who it is, but you can be surprised if you're surprised.
Terra firma, so to speak.
Ambassador Spock.
Walk towards Ambassador Spock. I am the crewman who operated the tractor beams, sir.
I'll be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
Miss Leonard Nimoy. I will wait too. Every once in a while there's a beep and I think there's a timer going off.
Let me be the first to say, welcome to the Resolute, Ambassador.
Thank you, Petty Officer...
Carter.
Carter Diaz. Sir.
I am pleased to meet you, Petty Officer Carter Diaz. It appears I have you to thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon, if I may say so.
All in a day's work, Ambassador. This is what I'm here for.
Quite dutifully. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Otari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable.
It's because the cloud's alive.
We did a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
I'm talking to a Vulcan. I can't speculate.
I'd rather investigate than speculate.
A sound principle.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer Diaz. Thank you.
Ambassador Spock.
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
I don't know how to talk to Spock. I don't know how to talk to Chakwas. That's the doctor on Mass Effect. I'm getting so confused with Mass Effect. Who's my... I can't even remember my chief engineer's name. We don't get along as well. It's loud out there for space. Space is noisy, apparently.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet Legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
Your experience comes from the past. But our present situation calls for it.
True enough.
Yeah, there we go. We fixed
Hoping
it.
you could fill us in on the details. We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Probably because there's a lightning storm between them.
The tension between them grows fiercer by the hour.
I just get stuck.
Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago.
Okay, they're blue. They're purple, and they come from the red planet.
The Hotari moon.
Okay.
It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Illydians have shared a mining operation there. The Illydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Illydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Have the Illydians retaliated against the Hotari? Or taken any action against them?
Surprisingly, they have not yet responded in kind. They were open to a Federation presence, but it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Illydian fleet in open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed.
I
we are here to
wasn't paying attention when I needed to.
Trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
That is correct.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Illydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Illydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
The Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That means the Hotari have no reason to trust us.
I wouldn't go that far, Commander.
We are completely neutral in this matter, on neither one side nor the other. Any suggestion otherwise would compromise our position. Given the Federation's involvement in the Iridium dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels, and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the Ion Storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Elydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Mm-hmm.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past. But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
If it's keeping the two sides talking instead of shooting at each other, that actually helps us negotiate a peace.
And we'll take advantage of that as long as it works in our favor.
And when it doesn't?
All the more reason to learn as much about it as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught unprepared, should the energy anomaly continue to fluctuate.
I feel like I did something wrong there.
Our circumstances.
No, can I have it again? Can I have it written out?
For the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander.
Ambassador.
As you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But
Ooh, am I going to get to spy?
Unofficial capacity, but someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer.
What's happening?
Commander Rydek will ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to...
He hates this idea.
She certainly goes her own way. That helps in this case.
I'd be honored.
Unconventional, but I'm not opposed to it.
I'm honored
to be included in the negotiation process.
You're not just included, you are instrumental.
Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more
All right,
luck
Spock
finding out what
likes me.
happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
Dun dun dun! Alright. We've been sent on a secret mission. I'm not really sure what we've been sent on, honestly. Okay, so the Absolarians are... Whoa. We arrived very loudly. The purple people are making the yellow people mine the dilithium for them from the moon of the yellow people, which is blue. See, again, that beep went off, and I keep thinking it's a kitchen timer.
I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock.
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready.
I mean, don't we have
I
our
need you
own?
both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with it.
No. We just thought you might...
Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with. I'm not the chief engineer of this shuttlecraft.
The Ambassador asked me to take a look, and I'm ready to crack this thing open.
Good.
Okay, good.
You could learn from Mr. Diaz's focus.
Yes!
I'll take notes.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report.
He's smiling.
Carry on.
It seems like he's warming up to us.
Yeah.
Even Chovok has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect. And I have to admit that I owe you one.
Yes, you do.
You were right to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking.
You've pulled me out of trouble how many times? Call it even.
Okay. At the very least, maybe I can track down that bottle of Saurian brandy you're still on the hook for. But first, we have work to do.
It's so impractical storing tables underneath the floor. My goodness.
All set. Let's run the diagnostic.
All right. Run diagnostic. Diagnostics. It's right there. He can't do anything without me. Begin diagnostic. Who knew being an engineer was so complicated?
I know about your talk with Miranda.
How?
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. I'm happy for you. Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you. All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms.
I'm gonna check if she's
gonna work for me.
I'm gonna see if she's upset.
And I know you'll respect that.
Are you upset?
Not on your life, Diaz. But you need to be careful.
God, we're not getting anything
I like
done.
my friends, and I like our group. I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done yet?
Yeah, it's wrapping up. Let's see. The relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's
Ghosts.
data recorder can tell us something.
Data recorder. Beep. It was going along, and then...
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point.
Warp
no faults,
point?
just those warnings. What are they?
She's asking philosophically. Error 14720. Domain not found. Warp field inversion.
Became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
Okay. Warp cascade.
Complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Okay, computer, warp coils, subspace variance.
Out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code. Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to glow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
I really think the nebula, or the whatever, the ion storm is like alive or something.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
Alert, alert. All right, we got to do this again. Where's my hand?
All the same. Subspace variance out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
So it's the
Then
same,
one of
failures
two
twice.
things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
I wouldn't think it's either.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this. One of these systems is likely broken.
I'll check the warp coils.
I'll check the nacelles for a cracked coil.
Seems more dangerous. I don't think this choice matters. Oh, tricorder! I couldn't find my Star Trek paraphernalia. Your tricorder can record and analyze data. Looking through it will reveal the unseen. Use square to equip or holster your tricorder. Hold R2 to scan glowing objects. You must be close to some objects to scan them. Watch the frame in the screen to see if you're too far away. Okay. Alright, warp coils. Let's take a look at the warp coil. Some objects you scan will activate a deep scan. Pardon me, I don't know what's going on with my hiccups and stuff. During a deep scan, use L1 and R1 to switch between different scan modes and search for glowing objects. The mode indicators on the tricorder will blink if there's an object to find in that mode. Alright, when you scan all objects, the frame will change color. Hold L2 to analyze the data and finish the scan. Okay. The frame will change color. Okay. Resume. Okay. Static field. In the standby state, warp groups no deviations detected. Okay. Oh, wait, hang on. I gotta get to chemical. Polyferronide deposition. Okay. Bio. Yeah, see? They're so alive. Okay. Let's go back to chem. Sinusoidal coil cluster. No fractures detected.
checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, it must be the navigation array.
Except it's not. Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Uh-oh. This is gonna go bad. My girlfriend's gonna die.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, beard lovers. Ding!
We're escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt
Don't kiss me.
work. I was just hoping to see you before I go.
Every one of these voice actors is
The
from
captain and
something.
the others will be here any minute now. Should be an interesting ride down to the surface.
You're the one with the important job to do. Keeping the captain safe. And Ambassador Spock.
It doesn't always feel that way. Baking in the hot sun, standing guard next to an empty shuttlecraft. But it has its moments.
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole, steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
Alright, well, don't die out there,
Train.
Miranda? Someone? Mary?
I
Miranda?
do have to go.
Alright. We're on deck.
Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave right now. More important things on my mind.
I said don't kiss me.
Do me a favor. Come back safe.
Deal.
Trying to be vaguely professional.
Seeing you.
Alright, bye. I should have kissed her because I'm never going to see her again. Oh, but I did get a green box, so, you know, that's good.
Etzelarda Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go. Alright, where were we?
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it. Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Oh my god, I gotta do this again. Please do this for me. Oh my god.
Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
A life form.
And it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Or
let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for
cripples.
now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
This is pretty cool. I know I'm complaining a lot, but this is really cool. I haven't said that yet, but I'm enjoying this game.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, Give me manual control on the warp power.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1. 1.2. 1.3. Warp pressure is destabilized. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
What up?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
Okay. I'm so confused. I'm really getting this confused with Mass Effect. My other favorite sci-fi franchise. Seat of Power!
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari. We are honored you've come.
Another voice
My
actor I
name is
recognize.
Taurus, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours, and this is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind. And
We've traveled a long way.
The dynamics between the Hotari and the Illydians.
I keep saying I'm honored, so I'm
It's very nice to meet you.
Likewise, I hope...
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation.
Another familiar voice.
The reigning authority in the galaxy.
Oh!
Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen.
Deus Ex.
Either way, we're
Man,
grateful
human
you've
revolution.
taken time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Citron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
We are
Let's hope
robot
this
aliens.
is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
Okay. Those are the Hotari, and then the alien people are the not Tari. I don't remember what they're called.
Arrogance from that guy. I don't know what we're walking into here, but that guy was something.
That may be true. But let's keep an open mind going into the negotiations.
Uh-huh.
He's just one voice amongst many.
Then let's hope he's the outlier.
The Hotari have invited us as their guests, so we must show them the proper respect.
I see. The Hotari invited us. I can't remember the name of the other species. Hello. You didn't bow. Well, I like this outfit. Show deference.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Hotari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Illydian control.
Illydian.
As it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more.
That has always been our understanding. That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced. But his point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
I'm trying to keep an open mind here, but it's not easy. I thought they wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
She's not part
She
of...
can speak for herself, can't she? Then let her.
I just have a timer that I wish I could, like, have a few more seconds. Why am I approaching her? Why am I walking forward? Okay. Because I had to be in focus, that's why. What is a Kobliad?
Now then, what is your name?
Commander
Can't remember.
Rydak.
Thank God.
Being a Kobliad, you would know better than any.
I wish I knew what a Kobliad was.
Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians.
Yeah, me and everybody else in the quadrant.
Justice towards the Kobliad is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Alidians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Alidians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
Ooh, I like their
Blood is on
eyeballs.
their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate peace?
With the Cardassians?
I can't speculate on something that never happened, Your Majesty. Sadly, that opportunity never came for the Kobliad.
No, it did not. But we'd be wise to learn from their example, before we too find ourselves facing extinction. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
It's possible the Federation has an interest in both peace and securing a steady source of dilithium. One does not preclude or prevent the other. But that's just my personal opinion.
Even the Federation has done business with the Alidians for decades. I would agree. It's entirely possible, if not highly likely.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Alidian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari.
Uh-huh.
We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies!
That scared me.
The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari or the Alidians? only be one or the other, not both.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
The mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We will take back our mines by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
I feel like I did that very badly.
I suppose there is some sense to that.
I feel like I did that all wrong.
I hope we meet again, Jara Ryder.
Yeah, I should have said I would want peace, but...
Doc and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war.
And it seems obvious.
What happened in those mines?
Okay. Well, that seems to have gone badly. Let's come to a pause here. Next time, we will speak to some people. Nice gun there, sir. And nice shades. Can I talk to you? No, I can't talk to you. It's like those people with the hats. Anyway, thanks for watching. You have a good day. Live long and prosper.